Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm Leroy's muscle. Yeah, I'm his muscle, and he's the brain. But I'm the reason he's famous. So why don't you sit back there and learn a thing or two? I'm just gonna hang out, check things out for a while.
Now, we're here with Leroy, the first man to build 21-inch arms, naturally, drug-free. And we're going to just give you a brief idea of what his daily meal was back then when he was doing it, before there was all the supplements and things that are available to us.
The meal?
Yes,
I'm
Leroy.
not going on.
So,
I'm
I'm going to read off what your meal was. Back when he was lifting, when he first started out to build his 21-inch arms. And this was a typical day. He'd eat 2 pounds of flank skirt steak a day with onions and potatoes, 2 quarts of milk, 6 eggs, a pound of cottage cheese, 1 can of tuna, 2.5 pounds of chicken, a quarter of a pineapple, have 1 beer, well, it's a quarter, and 1 gallon of water, no supplements. Because they weren't around as abundant as they are now.
We took was a very weak supplement. There was one a day called that. Very weak supplement.
So you might as well have taken nothing.
Right or wrong.
Yeah. Okay. What he would what Leroy would recommend now, and this is just a typical day of what he would recommend now for your meals. For breakfast, he would recommend that you have a 1/2 pound of cottage cheese, small can of pineapple, small can of salmon, 2 cups of water, and that'd be for breakfast. In between breakfast, you would recommend that they have, in between breakfast and lunch, a 45-gram protein drink. And then at lunch, he would recommend someone eating about 1.5 pounds of chicken, 1/2 bag of frozen mixed vegetables, or fresh vegetables, but the mix are almost as good and they're easier to do, and 1 cup of fruit juice. That'd be your lunch. And then in between your lunch and your dinner, he'd recommend 45 grams of protein shake. For dinner, he would recommend someone having 1.5 pounds of steak, baked potato, sauteed mushrooms, green peppers, onions, and a cup of fruit juice. And then before you'd go to bed after dinner sometime, you would have another 45-gram protein shake.
I have mixed fruit sometimes instead of juice. I really prefer mixed fruit. I've been doing that lately, but
okay. But that would mean, and this is just what we talked about would be a basic guide of what a bodybuilder would eat in a day.
you don't need.
So now we're going to do a brief thing on supplements, what you should be taking if you're trying to build a body. So I have 3 100 milligram multivitamins. So that's basically three multivitamins.
One with each meal.
One with each meal.
But not just multivitamin. It's got to be therapeutic, high potency. Multivitamin, you get Centrum, which is worthless.
Of course.
And so you can't just say multivitamin.
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind, you get what you pay for. If you buy some cheap vitamins, you're not going to get anything from it. So we're talking quality supplements.
Ultra VMT is here. You got the Ultra VMT that I recommend here. Is the kind of multivitamin. I don't want you to go multivitamin to go from worthless to therapeutic. If it's not therapeutic, it has no value.
Of course.
So what I recommend is the Ultra VMT by BioNutrient, because it's got 100 milligrams of all the bees, which is very important, and you should be getting at least 400 milligrams a day of the bees, at least a minimum. So don't talk about a multivitamin. I hear that all the time. It annoys me because it goes from worthless. And if a vitamin isn't therapeutic, it has no value.
Okay. So keep in mind, when I list off the other supplements, we're talking about high quality supplements. So I have 3 1,000 milligram flax seeds. So 1 with every meal.
Flaxseed oil.
Flaxseed oil, 1 with every meal. Leroy, 1 with every meal.
No, you got to take. Yeah, 3 of those a day is enough. You can take it once a day.
Okay. I got 3,000 milligram fish oil pills.
It's an omega-3, that should be taken twice a day.
Okay.
Twice a day.
6 500 milligram calcium pills.
calcium and magnesium.
Okay. Well, I got and
But
six
see, the
magne-
most
and I got
important
magnesium.
thing is, I gave Jason a list of the things, but he just talking, I don't want you going into the store thinking because there's calcium, magnesium, that's what you need. There's no magic in the word. The most important thing with supplements is the potency.
Of course.
If you don't get enough of it, you're going to say, oh, I took it, don't worry. A lot of body, and when you take protein, you need a lot of calcium. Protein leaches the calcium. You know, I don't want to go through all those.
Okay. He's being hard right now. So I have 1,000 milligrams of glutamine.
Yeah, the glutamine has to be taken without protein.
Okay.
Because it combines with the protein and impedes the isolated action of the protein. Glutamine is amino acid. It's essential for the most abundant amino in the body. Now,
Leroy, quit
it's
fighting.
I'm really annoyed now.
Yeah. I know because you're not going with what we talked about. You said
Yeah, but I didn't
we're
know
trying to
we
give
were
we're trying to give a brief look at.
Yeah, this
we're
is not brief.
we're giving a brief thing on what supplements you should take. If you go through Leroy's other videos, he goes in detail on every supplement we're listing here, and he tells you which brands he recommends,
Not all of them. All right.
well, the majority of them.
All right,
So
go
we're
ahead,
just supposed to
go
give a brief right now. So, but it's hard for him to hold back and want to tell the full story and all these supplements.
Because I don't
This is a brief thing for the people out there.
I don't want you to look at this and may not even look at the other. When you look at this, it's supposed to be complete. It's not supposed to be something. You may not look. I can't guarantee you see calcium, magnesium. You sell calcium, magnesium. They got it. If the potency is too low, you got to need at least 1,500 milligrams of calcium, at least. Especially if you take a lot of protein, and you got to take it a dose at bedtime.
Yeah.
It's very important to take because the protein.
Well, Leroy,
go ahead,
I understand that. You understand. The purpose of this list, what we're saying, is if you're not taking this stuff and you're not taking a good brand, a quality, potent brand, then you're not doing your body what you could be doing for it, trying to build it.
It's the brand and the potency.
So this is just a generic list, but he's going to keep going back to that. You need the potency and a good brand, so you get what you pay for.
Otherwise, it's not worth it.
Yeah. So this is just a generic list, and if you realize you're not taking any of this and you're trying to build your body, you're cheating your body right now. So the next thing we had was 5,000 milligrams of arginine.
Yeah, well, that should be 6,000. Should be taking 3 of those.
Okay, so let's
twice a
make
day.
that 6,000.
Once at bedtime.
Okay, there you go. Then 800 milligrams of CLA.
Yeah, two twice a day.
2 twice a day. 2 servings of 5 grams each of creatine.
No, creatine has to be. See, creatine gets a little more complex. You've never taken it before because you have to load on it. But I don't want to give you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And like I said, keep on. We have videos on creatine. We have videos on glutamine, on arginine. So if you want to get more in depth, go do a search for Leroy Colbert and arginine, and you'll learn everything he's holding back right now that he wants to tell you about arginine. So we have 1,500 milligrams of glucosamine. Is that twice a day?
Twice a day. 4 twice a day.
4 twice a day. I have 750 milligrams of chondroitin. That's 4 twice a day. Chondroitin.
We got the same as the
Okay, and then we have 750 milligrams of MSM, and so basically 4 twice a day. then I have you need 1 serving of usually a 5 billion capsule of acidophilus.
Very important.
And then you need
Acidophilus is for the friendly bacteria, which is very important.
Then you need 6 multi-enzyme complex pills.
Well, the enzymes should be taking a minimum of 2 with each meal.
Minimum.
2 with each meal.
And
It's essential.
the thing about enzymes, you can't take too many.
Essential.
Yeah. And then the last thing I got is I have 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C, so basically 1 with every meal.
Yeah,
That's what
but
we're looking at?
they sort of stopped making 1,500, so you better
So
pay.
1,000.
So 1,000 is
And you can't take too much vitamin C either.
well, water soluble vitamin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, this was just to give you a general idea of the supplements that you should be taking. And obviously everyone's different, everybody's body's different, so you have to look into what works best for you. This is what he's found that's worked best for him and what he would recommend, but he's not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, we're not experts. I mean, he's a
No,
manager.
first of all, I don't like that statement, not a
Yeah,
doctor.
no.
I don't know, the worst thing you can, let me tell you something, because I want to tell you I had enough of this, to be honest with you. But let me tell you something, the worst person you can go to and ask about supplements is doctor.
Well, of course.
We have 7 doctors that come and buy supplements, and they do not recommend to their patients because this is too information orientated. They don't have time to get into this. They don't have time to discuss what you should take and what you shouldn't take. And the point is, they want to help, but they're medical doctors. They're not nutritionists, and people, it's not fair to them. I have a lot of my doctor friends said, MD, medical doctors, they're taught to treat. This is preventive. Doctors are taught to treat whether it works or not, and we cannot get our minds around that. We got to think that, oh, he's going to look out for us. Yeah, he's looking at you after you medically. And there's not a drug known to man that builds the immune system. So the point is, I'm getting a little, when you say, see your doctor, that infuriates me. I mean, I know you said because they don't know and they don't want to be bothered. And most doctors will tell you you don't need it. Because it's too information oriented. You see what a doctor has, his time is spent on improving his craft with his medicine, not nutrition. So remember that.
Yeah.
Your source, your first source for information on nutrition is not your medical doctor.
And Leroy's 100% absolutely right.
And that's it
but
for
I
me.
say that for legal reasons. That's all I'm saying that
No,
for.
naturally,
Leroy.
no.
For legal reasons.
We're not recommending any. We're not recommending any curative. The only time you have a problem with supplements is when you say supplements will cure something,
Yeah.
and that's the only time you have a problem.
So this was just a brief idea of what you should be taking if you're trying to build your
You
body.
see how difficult this man is?
And this is Leroy Colbert, my buddy, who I've known for almost 10 years now. And we fight like cats and dogs over stuff, but we have a common goal, and our common goal is to educate you, the viewer, and help you build the body that you want to build and be as healthy as you want to be. So thank you for watching our videos, and we appreciate it.
Juice a piece of work if I ever had. Jeez.
You crack me up,
I
Leroy.
know I get a little frustrated now, 'cause I know you're gonna be here this long taking this shit. I gotta get home, man. I gotta eat yet.